trust and believe when I say this episode was a lot. The runway, the reveals, the lip sync, the greatest lip sync of all time. So what? What'd you say? What? Snatch Game? What Snatch Game? Hey guys, it's your girl Ayesha, and oh my goodness, I'm pretty sure that this has got to be my favorite episode of Drag Race ever. Like, ever. Man, whew, seriously. And it was literally all just because of one thing. Like, one thing. The lip sync. The lip sync that everybody is talking about. Man, I was so excited. When I saw it, I literally wanted to just get up and just like film my review video immediately, but I couldn't because I wasn't dressed. And then I needed to have a couple of days to just get over it because boy, it was so good. But anyway, we'll get to that in a minute because I kind of have to do things in chronological order. I can't just talk about the lip sync before talking about the actual Snatch Game, etc. Anyway, if you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. I am very excited today. Because I have watched this thing so many times and I'm buzzing because it's amazing. But anyway, yes, thank you so much for joining me. If you are a big fan of Drag Race, then make sure that you do indeed stick around. I do like to give my own little, 2 pence worth on basically on all of the episodes. And I have my own little playlist as well, Ayesha's Drag Race Lowdown. So if you missed anything, feel free to go back in there and have a little catch up when you're having your tea. Now, speaking of tea, so YVIE and Silky, they are just like this. Like, they are at war with each other constantly. And YVIE called Silky talentless. And like, boy, it didn't go down very well. So the tension in the room, it's a lot, girl. Like, I mean, YVIE said herself that you couldn't even cut it with a knife because it's too thick. You do need to have a chainsaw for that, and I fully agree. Like, the room is tense, but, hopefully Snatch Game will lighten the mood. So the mini challenge was the queens had to promote their very own self-help book. So obviously, Rue is plugging his new book, Guru, available where all places sell books, apparently. So they had to do their own version. This is actually quite funny. Some people did better than others. I mean, Vanjie literally had to look at the card to remember what her actual name was. So like, that kind of goes to show you how that one went. Plastique Tiara's one was quite funny. She was dressed up basically like she'd just been crying her eyes out, tearing her hair out, and had makeup all over her face and all over her teeth. And the title of her book was Personality. Not Everyone Has One. Which I thought was quite funny, especially as she has been coined as just having no personality at all in this competition. So I thought that was quite a clever way to get back at people with that one. I loved Sugar Cane's delivery of booty food, confidence from the kitchen to the bedroom. I would buy that just based on that delivery alone. Silky's delivery as well for me was absolutely hilarious. Her book was called Eat It! The Chronicles of the Buffet. And I just love when she went, I wrote this book due to the fact that I was hungry. The thing is what annoys me about Silky is that sometimes when she does really, really well in a challenge, it's kind of a bittersweet moment for me because I'm a little bit like, oh, yeah, but sometimes your attitude, I'm really not feeling it. So I don't want to like you right now. But I have to because I can't deny when you're good, and she was really, really good. So Silky was most definitely feeling her oats, grains, chicken and rice and peas because she was the winner of that challenge. So no doubt she was going into Snatch Game feeling mighty fine and feeling ready to just take over. Whilst the queens are in the workroom getting ready for Snatch Game, who should pop in but Miss Jinx Monsoon, who looked absolutely stunning. I have to say, she looked beautiful. And she was just, going around talking to all the queens and, sort of like giving them some tips about Snatch Game. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention, Morgan McMichael came and popped a ping pong ball out of her backside and then left. It was very random. There was no need for it whatsoever, but it was highly entertaining. So when they get to Brooke Lynn Hytes and they realize that she's doing Celine Dion, and they were like, oh, can you do her voice? And she just went, hello, how are you? You want to see you drinks? You're looking beautiful. Is that French Canadian? That didn't sound like Celine Dion to me, or to anybody else for that matter. I mean, she really was genuinely quite scared. Like, you could see it from the very beginning. She was saying how she doesn't consider herself, like, you know, a funny queen, and you know, she kind of felt out of her depth here, and it was the first time seeing that for Brooke Lynn, because normally she's such a front runner and she slays everything. So to see her panic, like, this was a little bit worrying. Someone else who I had really high hopes for was Nina West. She actually had two characters that she couldn't quite decide who she was going to play, so she ended up doing them both, which I thought was brilliant. She did Joanne Worley. I have no idea who that is, but she was funny as. And then she also did Harvey Feinstein. I can never pronounce the name. Harvey Feinstein. I think that's how it is. But yeah, it's the one with the really, really raspy voice. The one who played Edna in Hairspray. That one. Yeah, exactly. So when it comes to actual Snatch Game now, as I said, Nina West for me was absolutely fantastic. For her to bring out both characters and to deliver them both so well, and they're two completely separate people, you know, like it's not even as if like their personalities sort of cross over or anything. They are completely separate, but she played them both brilliantly. She just reminds me of like a pantomime dame, but just a bit more glamorous. But yeah, I really think that she had great like back and forth action with Rue. You know, like anything that Rue kind of threw at her, she's able to just sort of bat it back straight away. And a lot of that just comes from her obviously being on the sort of like acting circuit. She must have had to do like improvisations a lot of the time. So she was so ready for this, and she's the person who I really wanted to win. Silky, however, did do very, very well, it has to be said. Although I feel that the person who she chose, who was T.S. Madison, again, I didn't know who she was until I watched Snatch Game. But I know I live under a rock. Sorry about it. But I feel that her personality is basically just Silky, just in a different wig. What I like about Snatch Game is when someone can take somebody who is completely different from them and become that character. I feel that Silky really had it easy because it was just somebody who was just big, loud, brash, cocky, in your face, and constantly talking about 9 inches. Make of that what you will. Again, I didn't really want to like her because of the way how her attitude was, just like throughout this episode and previous episodes. You know, like the whole beef between her and YVIE. Like, I don't know, I just feel that her attitude is just so harsh towards her, and I really, really don't like that. And I don't think that should be what a drag superstar is bringing to the table. But you know, I had to kind of shift that aside a little bit because she was hilarious. Sugarcane was playing Charo, and I thought did a really, really good job. But I do wish that she went that extra mile, because Charo is just like all over the place and it's just all up in your face constantly. And I feel that she could have really given a bit more, and I think Michelle Visage was saying the same thing. So that was a shame, but I still think that she did a brilliant job. Vanjie decided to do the Cash Me Outside, how about that, girl from Dr. Phil. I forgot her name, Danielle Bragogi, Ravioli, something. But yeah, she chose to do her. Her initial voice, she was like, hey, what up, Dr. Phil? Oh, I mean Rue. And it's like, Vanjie, leave that voice at home, please. It's shocking. You sound like a Muppet. That is not you. So then, like, when they next cut to her, she just went back to her normal, you know, general raspy voice. But she still just wasn't great at all. Unfortunately, both YVIE and Brooke Lynn just sank in this challenge. YVIE was meant to be Whoopi Goldberg, and it just didn't land. Like, none of her jokes were landing at all. I don't know whether she was just really, really nervous or what, but like, it just really wasn't working for her, bless her. Her makeup made me laugh though. I love it when like Rue was listing out all the different awards that she's had, and she's like, well, it's funny you should mention that because I happened to have brought them all here with me and they all fell out of her hat. I thought that was actually pretty funny. but people just weren't laughing at her. So I feel that that might have kind of played with their confidence a little bit. Brooke Lynn, girl, no. Like everything about Brooke Lynn, Celine Dion was, it was just a no from me and the rest of the world, especially Canada. They weren't happy. Just before the queens get onto the runway, I really like the fact that YVIE tried to apologize to Silky. I mean, Silky wasn't having any of it, which is fine. It's annoying, but you know, that's just Silky being Silky. But YVIE did like genuinely try to apologize to her and genuinely congratulated her on Snatch Game and was like, you know, I'm really sorry for calling you talentless because you certainly proved me wrong. You absolutely killed it out there. And Silky was just like, whatever. So I'm like, whatever. But also Vanjie apologized to YVIE as well because in Untucked, oh girl, it was a hot mess. Like both of them were just going at each other's throats. Like it was just too much, and Vanjie felt really, really bad. So she apologized. She's then apologized to everybody else as well. So it was nice that, you know, they were trying to sort of like bridge the gap and trying to get the love back in the room. So yeah, I did really appreciate that. Oh yeah, and speaking of Untucked, before I get to the runway, can we please have a quick conversation about the fact that Plastique and Akira were sat there in Untucked, and Plastique goes to Akira, she was all like, oh, so you know, do you know the reason why like Raja just sort of like came for me? Like, do you even know what happened? Akira was like, no, what happened? What do you mean, no, what happened? Akira, you were the one who practically sent her over there to watch the video of Plastique's boyfriend talking about her family and everything. You were there in the background just stirring that pot and sipping from it too. I could not believe. The thing is, right, is I think Akira is a fierce queen, right? She's beautiful, right? She is stunning. She's turning looks every single week. Well, apart from last week, because girl, that was a struggle. But but usually she's turning looks every week, right? She's very talented. You know, she can win a dancing challenge even though she's not even a dancer. Do you know what I mean? Like she's a brilliant queen. But the shade of it all. The shade. I'm sorry, Akira. That was your chance for you to say, do you know what? I did have a word with Raja because I felt there were some inconsistencies in your story, and I just kind of felt like I needed to talk to somebody else about it. But I didn't know she was gonna just come for you like that, you know. So for instigating it for that, I'm sorry. That's all that was needed. Don't sit there batting your eyelids going, oh yeah, yeah, go on. Oh no, oh girl, well, you full well know that you were the one who instigated the whole thing. Come on! I'm sorry, but I did actually lose a whole heap of respect for her when that happened. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was sat there with my husband watching it and both of us looking at each other like, what did she just do? Poor Plastique is just explaining to her everything that happened. She's like, you know, Raja just came for me out of the blue. And she just said like, Girl, no. So now we talk about my favourite part of this episode. Okay, so basically everything that happened on the runway was just amazing. So RuPaul comes out in this incredibly short, sort of like pink zebra print leotardy kind of thing that just shows off her legs, and she's just looking stunning, beautiful. I was living for it. I do love me some pink animal print, I have to say. So that got a big fat tick from me. As for the queens, I don't even know where to start. So the theme was sequins on the runway. This is obviously right up my street. You guys already know I am a massive fan of sequins. I have so many sequins in my wardrobe. This is my thing. Right, so okay, let's do some categories. Normally I do like my top 3 and my bottom 3, but we're starting to whittle down people now, so I'm gonna just do my own categories. I think best dress for me, or best outfit for me, has got to go to Sugar Cane. She looked divine. In fact, my hair today is in honor of Miss Sugar Cane because it was this beautiful kind of like aubergine color, and it was just this, it was so like flamenco inspired, and the way that she came down the runway and she's just like twirling her hands slowly, and she's just there, all the titty them out, you know, she's just there just hakuna-ing her tatas. But she knows that she looks amazing, and she's just walking so slowly and so sultry, and like, oh my gosh, like she just sold that dress. Not that it needed selling, because like I would have grabbed that off the rack immediately, but she just looked beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I know that Rue wanted to just take that off her like immediately. Most fun outfit, I think I'm gonna give that one to Nina West, okay, because she looked so cute and so camp in this patriotic outfit, and she was living through it. You can really tell. The only thing that annoys me about Nina West is the way that she walks in heels. I feel that she marches down the runway too much. I wish that she would step more as opposed to stomping on the runway, but apart from that, I really did quite like that outfit. I'm a big fan of kind of like military style jackets. As you can see, I'm even wearing one today, you know, so I do like that kind of thing, and I think that she just suited it beautifully, and yeah, she looked like she was having a lot of fun wearing that. For me, in the bottom, I think I would have to give it to Vanjie, just because, and this is no shade, like I love the cape, you know, I thought that the cape was gorgeous, but it was another bodysuit again. She's been told time and time again to not wear leotards, not wear bodysuits, and she's doing it again, and it's almost like she's not listening, and so that kind of annoyed me. Also, against everyone else's, it kind of looked a little bit more on the cheap side, so it wasn't really my favorite. Like, I don't think anyone's was bad, but hers probably was my least favorite. Now, a new category has entered. Best reveal. Lord have mercy, Brooke Lynn Hytes. She shut the place down. Shut the place down. She came out, right, with this pink and black sequin cape thing over her. Well, more like a poncho. And a big ass afro, right? And she, oh my God. She just whipped it off. Afro came off with it. Long blonde hair, vroom, just flew down. And she's just in this strappy pink and black number with these stunning boots. And I know that I'm not a fan of the peep toe boot because I just feel like it looks unfinished. However, I can forgive her for that because she looked hot to trot. Oh my goodness. It was the reveal of all reveals. And then she's just body slamming it down to the floor, and she was selling every inch of what she was wearing because she knew that she wasn't safe. So she knew she had to do something to make them remember her. And trust and believe, nobody's going to be forgetting that reveal for quite some time. So the bottom three were Brooke Lynn Hytes, we knew that. YVIE ODDLY, we knew that. And Vanjie. Personally, I feel for that runway, I feel that Vanjie should have been in the bottom. But they're not gonna want to separate Brooke Lynn and Vanjie. They're not gonna want to do that. So she got another pass. However, what happened next was the showdown of the century, which totally eclipsed the fact that Silky Ganache won Snatch Game. I'm sorry, Snatch Game? Or what Snatch Game? Like, after seeing even the runway, I forgot all about Snatch Game. I totally forgot about it. Then when this lip sync happened, I forgot about the whole episode because it was so epic. Silky has made it no secret that she can't wait to see YVIE in the bottom, and she thinks that she can, you know, lip sync YVIE under the table. Well, she will most certainly be eating those words because, honey, YVIE turned it out. When I tell you, it was a battle of gymnastics, flexibility, lip syncability, more gymnastics, aerobics, acrobatics. Oh, it was everything, absolutely everything. Now, I'm gonna have to put a link in the description to the actual lip sync video, and I don't normally bother to do this, but on this occasion, you need to see the whole thing. Like, seeing teeny tiny little snippets here and there, or teeny tiny like photos of it is not gonna cut it. Like, you have to go and watch this. It's so good. It's iconic. People are saying it's the best lip sync in the whole of Drag Race history. Tatiana herself tweeted out and was saying how it was even better than her and Alyssa's Shut Up and Drive lip sync, which was fabulous. this was something else. This was a battle for the gods. They both were dying to stay, and Rue saw that and straight away didn't even need to mention no names, just went, Shantae, you both stay. Rue literally couldn't even keep her eyes off both of them, literally just like this the whole time, because like, what do you do? They're both doing cartwheels, round-offs, spinning death drops, splits, holding themselves up and like having their legs completely vertical in the air, and then on their heads, and then flipping off their heads. And oh my God, it was... Girl, trust me when I say, you have to watch it. So, your homework is, go in the description box, click on the link that I put in there, and then come back to this video and tell me what you thought of that lip sync. So there you go, my darlings. That is the end of your Drag Race Lowdown. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I'm still beaming just thinking about the lip sync because it was so good. It was amazing. Nothing could ever top that for me, like nothing. If you enjoyed this video, then please don't forget to leave me a big fat thumbs up. And of course, if you are loving my content, you already know what to do, girl. You gotta just subscribe so that you don't miss the next video. Take care, my lovelies, and I will see you all soon. Mwah. Bye.